Afternoon, everyone. Hold on, I just need to sort my lights. And this is like a poor form, but I actually just need to sort my light out. Give me a sec. Are we all ready for our curtain raiser? So, for those who don't know, curtain raiser is going to be OWCX versus CXHeartchain. The battle of the fans. It's essentially a show match, a scrim. So I imagine we'll go on for about kind of just up to the start of FACEIT. And then obviously afterwards we've got all the normal FACEIT playoffs final day and the final day of North America as well after that. All right, here we go. Dimmer. There we go. All right. Cans on. Ooh. Wait, should we not do the Preds per map now? How many... Jacob, you're here. How many... Are you guys going to play like a full block, or what was the plan for how long are you going to play? Hi, Wrenchman. Block. So you're aiming for 6. So in an hour and 40 minutes, FACEIT will start, and that's when I will jump ship. Yeah, I can sign your I can sign your passport. Yeah. So yeah, get those ones, and then we can just go map by map. Does someone have a clean feed link for me as well? Preferably someone with actual access to the clean feed. Don't just link me stuff. All right, wait. Do I not have? Hold on. That. There we go. Don't worry, maps will be quick. Fighting words. Hey, Macho. We can coin toss for map 1 pick. Who wants to call it? Well, Harkness is not going to be the link. I just know it's not going to be the link. But I'll click it anyway out of respect. I'm sorry. I buffered for ages. Do you like pickles or do you hate Singapore? I've seen everyone's writing that these days. Just an average interaction with C-tones. Why is my face so big? I'm growing. Yeah, none of this small right streamer. Big central streamer. That's where we are. The idiots are in the vibing lobby. I'm sure they can figure it out. Alright, I can see people moving now. It feels like we are making some form of progress. Join vibing if you want. Alright. Have we got this clean feed link on the go? Where is the almighty Unisco with the insights of the game? Which of these teams is gaming for Hope player? They're currently in a bidding war. Bidding war for them. Alright, are they ready? Alright, I don't have a clean feed link, which does seem a little bit like a missing ingredient. Winner gets gaming for Hope or loser? Winner, Turlins, winner. Waiting for Sove. Okay, are you guys both ready if I do the coin toss now? And we can get in a show on the proverbial road. And on the literal road, I guess, as well. This is OWCX versus CXHeartchain. Battle of the fans. 2 minutes for clean feed? We can make that work. Hold on, I'm going to turn my fan on as well. I mean, it seems fitting, right? I have my fan on for the Battle of the Fans. Some Vespa believers. A couple of Vespa believers. Fuck. We're going to make some heroes today. I've got the coin at the ready. This coin is actually... I feel like I can never use this coin now. I've used this coin for so many coin flips. I feel like I actually... It's just now part of the stream. What's happening? Battle of the Fans, Fitch. Battle of the Fans. We're just getting our teams ready. Our clean feed set up. Predictions are open. So in terms of lore, I think CXHeartchain are probably more OG. There's some real day oneers in there. Probably got together off the back of a lot of community pug nights we did. Whereas OWCX, they're the modern iteration. They'll be filled with all the FACEIT pug warriors. Who is better though? Well, we're about to find out, Fitch. That's exactly what we're about to find out. OWCX better then? We're gonna find out. The oldest person on OWCX is younger than the youngest player on HeartChain. That's good trivia. Alright. Old guard versus the new gen. Are we coin toss? What's happening? I'm keen. I'm shaking the coin. I'm shaking the coin with anticipation. What age are we talking? Just sounds creepy when you ask it like that, San. Just sounds creepy. Clay incoming. All right. Hello, Clay. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. How are we doing this, actually?
I'm going.
I was going to say, I don't know how we're doing this. Actually, maybe you just do the coin toss because you're here first, so out of respect for being first, you can cool it. And then winner of the coin toss gets map pick. And if you lose, I'll go interrogate the other team and get their map pick, okay? What do you want? Heads or tails?
I'm going tails.
Tails? All right.
Yep.
I'll actually drop a coin. It's because I wasn't standing up. It was poor form on my part. I need the stars.
Tragic.
I don't know if you guys can never see this actually when I do it because the camera only shows my like torso, but I actually spread my legs so wide when I do this. Peek behind the curtain. Heads. Disaster start.
Aw.
All right. Let me go. All right. Best of luck, Clee. I'll send you back to your team, and then I'll go find out what the map pick is.
Yep.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Ash wanted spec, so I added that.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Clee lost for coin toss, so you get to pick the map to begin on.
We're going Ilios.
Yeah.
Ilios?
Honourable dive miver. Yeah, it's in the pool. Chris happy. Favourite map.
It's in the pool, dude.
Wait, there's a pool?
There is now. Ilios, isn't it?
Now.
What a way to find out. All right. I think the clean feed is coming very soon, and then we should be ready to go. So yeah, Ilios map 1. Best of luck, everyone. I'll see you in there.
Wait. On Gothbeg spec, I don't know, but before we set off, And there was in the chat, in the chat they said about Gothweg being in spec, but he is on the starting roster.
Obviously. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
did
they've got like
Reggie,
subs. They got subs. They're scared.
They've got a whole squad.
Yeah.
They brought the whole team.
We said not to sub in Evan and that, but I'm so more than happy to sub him in. He might be top 200. It might be like he might be way better than the rest of us. But that's it's getting a bit ropey. Just sub me out.
I'm not gonna put on scrim code because it fucks up the replays.
Why not?
No screen.
We need three. We need three maps.
No.
I mean, do you think I should put on scrim code?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
because I mean, we're doing scrim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's
need to
fine.
play
It's,
three
yeah,
maps,
you
like,
can just
for
play
all.
all three, and we can just if it's just a free own, that's fine on Cough. We can remember the
Yeah,
distance.
it
for,
will
like,
be-
hybrids
it will
and
be a
escorts and
3-0.
stuff.
It will
There's
be
no
a
problem.
3-0. It will be a 3-0.
Yeah.
All right, I'll leave you guys to sort
It'll
this.
probably be like. Yeah. Okay.
All right, take care, guys.
All
Good
right,
luck.
cheers.
All right. The teams are getting ready. Clean feed coming soon. So that was Ilios for first map there, if everyone wants to factor that into how they spend their budget. Obviously, as well, that was CXHeartchain winning it as well for people who are. I'm sure you get more familiar with who's on who is on what team as we go through. No, get into it, Terra. No bans. This is a no ban scrim, so it's going to be everyone on their best. All right, now anticipation. We're not doing walkouts. I mean, eventually the correct trajectory is some kind of sidemen trajectory, right? So eventually, in a few years' time, this Showmatch is going to be live at Wembley. So that's for course I think we're on our way to. So just stay tuned for the for the Wembley game. Tickets will be available soon. All right, let me press some buttons so you can see. That's FACEIT. Piss off, FACEIT. It's not about you just yet. And then if I do this, and I do this, can you see it? All right, we've got the players in voice as well, so we can get some comms going as we go as well. It should be good. Let me just make sure I've got all the respective scenes. Where are my voice channels? Wait, if I do... Hold on. If I do this, is it going to break? It breaks a little bit. Okay, maybe I don't have... Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go back and forth a sec. Hold on. Thanks for trying to exclamation mark fix it as well. Oh, they're going in. I mean, we can still have for comms, you just won't have who's lighting up talking who. And that's really fine. All right. OWCX, left-hand side of your screen in the blue. These are the FACEIT warriors. CXHeartchain, the OGs in the red on the right-hand side. We're kicking off with an Ilios, kicking off with a dive mirror. Thank you, Christy F. Fraud, for the tier 1. Welcome. All right. So the odds seem to be leaning very much towards the newer generation. Betting on the kids. I'll work on the phrasing of that. Looks like it's going to be Winston out the gates. Wait, let me just make sure. I just want to make sure when I join the voice channel, I'm muted so I don't accidentally shout over them while they're playing. So, if you've watched the Community Pugs before, you might be familiar with a few of these players. Maybe some standouts. Milan, always dominant in the Pugs. And we're off. Getting those predictions closed, lock in, because we are going in. Map 1. All the marbles. Battle of the fans. It's going to be Winston versus Winston. Milan on the Widow. Scoping up, looking for an early shot. Eyes on the Tracer, but can't find anything. Eyes now on the Freya. Bolts coming Milan's way. But Milan now with these big long sight lines. Scoping it down. Jacob on the Winston, just holding the corner right now. No meaningful zone onto the backline. Bit of pressure, but the OWCX backline handling that one no problems. Just a trade, but it's a space victory for CXHeartchain as they are forced back now. Turlin's going to be grouping up, amping it up as well. Trying to walk a little bit forward. Counter jump comes in from Klee, down to half HP. Vesper's going to try and walk forward with that. Turlin's coming to market. It's Sova who falls first, though. The dive, it's getting peeled. Forced out. Jacob sent back. Half HP trying to regroup. Klee also low, but they've dealt with the dive here. CXHeartchain, they chose aggression. Now they're still going for it, all over the Widow, looking for a trade here. Milan's going to go for the hero shot. Jacob's going to try and stabilize with the team, but no. Vesper, Klee, they're cleaning it up. Late trade, and OWCX will reclaim the point very quickly. Is it loud enough for you guys? Oh wait, maybe I just need to turn up locally my side. That's okay. 2 white boys on Winston. Alright, not too many ults to speak of so far. Musli is going to be there with the Nano earliest. Ready to go onto Klee. He's going to be forced to back jump there, but that's plenty of healing for Musli. So eyes on this Nano boost will be the first ult churn. We'll see what CXHeartchain decide to do, if they try and just play aggressive, play for trades, or if they try and absorb this Nano. Walking in, and Musty's actually very far forward. Defensive nade has to come out. Good one. Pockets through. Terror on all of that. They are ready to go. Nano boost available, but Clear's already got one. Maybe they don't even need for Nano here. They can just work off that pick. Sleep to try and catch the exit of Jacob. They can't do it, though, and that's going to be a clean fight for OWCX. No Nano invested. Now, maybe even a Nano Barrage if they want it here. Winston's both have it in hand, so we'll see who's the most Korean person on the server. The answer might be no one. But we'll stay optimistic. Klee, ready. Eyes on that right-hand side. It's the left-hand side, though, that Jacob's trying to get through now. Vesper has eyes on that. Trying to spam Jacob early. Jacob, 1% off the primal. Goes for the backline. Comes out. Lands on that. Pressure onto the Ana. Defensive nade. Comes out. The barrage execution. No chance at all. There's a Nano onto Klee forward. Klee has found 2 kills during all of that as well. And it is clean and efficient from OWCX. No chance to use any of their ults yet, CXHeartchain. And this is the fight for CXHeartchain. They have to make this retake work, and they need these ults to get value. Sova, slow cooking this blade. It's going to be falling off the bone by the time it comes out. Pad Sander here. Oh, caught early by Klee. Disaster start. Jacob's going to have to get something going. He's just forcing a point for now, but now he's got eyes on the backline. Primal ready to go. He is slept up. Primal will be used. Turlins with the beat. It's not a great beat, though. Doesn't really catch anyone. Jacob has the eyes, but Milan on the Tracer now teaming up with Klee, trying to take this one down. They do kill Doke as that Kitsune Rush comes out. Now pressure onto Turlins, and the dive duo here getting it done. But Turlins, he's so damn slippery. But Milan will close down the kill eventually, and that should just be OWCX closing it out, and a win for the young one. The young ones. Pad Sander actually trickling back in here, has found 2 trays, but it's still a 1v3. So, last minute heroics, not enough from Pad Sander, aka Tusku. I'm going to keep saying Pad Sander as it is. Much easier for my mouth to wrap itself around. Ash with a quick AKM. Sova call out. It's not quite 4 minutes, guys. It's not quite 4 minutes. Alright, we'll let them load into this one. We will do some voice comms in this one, but obviously don't wanna go into it while they are planning out their approach, give away any of the secret strategies. So there is on a 007 path now. 2 deaths away from that 007. 14-1, a big for Milan. 17-0 for Klee. Ooh. Thank you, Sojourn.
Why am I subbed to this channel for so long?
Because you just love it. You just love it, clearly. Thank you very much, Antel. Hope you're good. Hold on. My headphones just told me it's low on power as well, which is maybe a problem that we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Why is my Lucio Kiri boxed up by a Genji by a lone Winston? Don't worry, they're gonna break out here. It's gonna be Winston and a Brig for both teams. Vesper over onto Venture. Vesper swag? Any relation to Jesper swag, do we know? Does anyone have the family tree? It's going to be Klee taking the position above the backline early on. Defensive play, but Milan comes through. Early kill onto the Freya. Klee again, the backline's just falling over. Moosely just staring at Jacob. Jacob barely even a menacing glance, just standing awkwardly in the corner, looking at the backline. No moves. Thank you, James Rosie, for the prime. And that's going to be an easy flip for OWCX. The backline becoming under a lot of scrutiny now for HeartChain. Let's go over to HeartChain's comms now and see how they're taking this retake.
Genji one on me. Genji one on me.
I can shoot the back line in 3, 2, 1.
Get you one. Tap him.
Genji one. Genji one.
I can't.
Okay.
One kill me.
Jump down on that if you have to. Okay, red. Peek me, wrestling. I got you.
There's bench shot to make a. Bench
I'm
is
gonna go
one.
for a
Underground.
point first.
Yeah,
Bench
okay.
at some point. Some point.
Yeah.
No dig.
Winston Genji up top.
Bench at
Force
one.
bench down.
What for Nano? What for Nano?
Genji's
Nano?
down.
Yeah, I don't think it's in sync. I don't think it's in sync. Yeah, I thought there was no delay. So maybe the voice comms are a bit of a dead in the water there. We're listening to... Alright, it's fine. We can lock in. I can carry it, guys. I can get a whole scrim cast in me. OWCX still in control. Nano nearly up for Moosely. Dokes is much slower. Milan playing aggressively here onto the backline. Pressure on. Deflex out, trying to bait those key cooldowns. Set up Klee for an engage. Nano ready to go. It's going to go over onto Klee now. Sleep is good, though, from Doka, but doesn't convert, doesn't stop the kill going through. Klee's going to come back onto point as there are trades there now. Turlan's trying to avoid this. Winston bash away, but the chase is on, and Klee is getting up. It's a full backline trade. It's going to be a throwdown. It's Winston. It's just 2v2, I think, and Jacob is low, though. Klee trying to preserve her HP. Sova can maybe kill this one. Pulse bomb misses, though. Chance for Sova stillness. Winston is so low. We'll finish that one off, but Milan can get the trade. Everyone dies, but OWCX. Milan standing tall, holding on to that. Has the blade ready to go for this next fight as well. Pulls it onto the back line. Nade is good. Set up perfectly. And that's a quick double for Milan. Going to make it a triple. Nice and clean. And now the touch is going to be incredibly strained. Jacob now has to try and preserve their life. Will play for the touch. Might honestly have to pop for Primal here. Can't afford to die at this juncture. Just trying to wait it out. Now the Primal comes out. Some Winston on Winston action here. No Primal force, no Primal available for Klee right now. Just trying to bully that one, keep the overtime contested. They've lost Sova on the way in, though. So Jacob just as Primal just to stall out the point, stall it out. Doka has been slept in the back as well as Moosey continues to find big cooldowns. Vesper was looking for that backline, but now the brawl is just coming towards point. Jacob is so low, forced off the back. With them is Turlan's, but here comes the Primal from Klee now, looking for the cleanup. Vesper's got one, and it's just going to be easy cleanup. 2 in a row for OWCX. Desperate stalls, Turlan still round the outside, but surely no way to turn it. Rally not even needed from Terra. And a nicely set up blade. Nailed. Ooh.
Ready for battle.
Turlan shielding the blade. Well, a shield should block a sword, no? It makes sense. It's intuitive. Alright, so it is a scrim, so they are going to play it all out. So even though 2 rounds up, they're going to win no matter what now, OWCX. HeartChain just trying to play to get something on the board. Yes, for the people who are just arriving, just coming in, this is OWCX versus CXHeartchain. HeartChain. Come on, mouth, you can do it. 2 fan teams going head to head. For context, HeartChain picked the map, and they're really the OGs. They were the originals. OWCX, the new gen, the newer model. And they will be playing Anna Brigg, Cass, and Farah here as well. So the owner's really on HeartChain here to get involved, take Milan out of this, put pressure on Moosely. It's going to be a much smaller map, well, compared to Lighthouse, and more opportunities to get on the backline. You can see Jacob is there already. They go forward all over this one. Sleep comes out. Doesn't save their life, though. Turlan's able to find a trade. Jacob can keep going, looking for more right now, but chooses to be conservative. And they'll come back. We'll clean up Klee. Klee actually gets a trade, which seems pretty unreasonable given the situation, but CXHeartchain fighting back. Vesper going over to the Venture now. Pad Sander here. Tusku, 100%. I'm saying that wrong. All the Finns in the chat will agree. Classic Tory. Yep, I mean, if you knew Jacob's family wealth, you wouldn't be surprised that he's keeping it conservative. Early pick for Doke, and that's going to be more opportunities for HeartChain to keep the aggression up here. Klee's taking a lot, Vesper's taking a lot, and HeartChain now, they're being disciplined here. Once they get in this advantage, you can see they're not... they're not overstepping, they're not trying to get too greedy, they're not over pushing. They're taking their advantage, they're consolidating their advantages, and ensuring these fight wins are clean. Klee now going to try and get onto the backline here. Goes very deep, pretty committed, and look at them. They are all over Klee. Klee's going to get back over that rooftop, try and regroup with Muesli, who nearly has this Nano. Nano coming out soon, but HeartChain aren't too far off their support ults as well. All eyes on this Nano, onto the Winston now. Can Klee get anything done? But dive into the backline, sleep into a bash. Sova has been deleted. Klee's found one. Turlin's going for a three-person beat. Jacob going to try and turn it with the hands right now, but Klee all over this backline. Kitsune, Lucio and Kiri trying to live. They're going in, but Jacob's found one. Jay's in the chat for the Jacob Primal. Klee's going to try and drop one as well, but can't find Turland. The Lucio's too damn fast. He's got him into a corner finally and takes him down. It's not enough in the end, and Klee, they use the ults. They can get over the line. Just dealing with Sova now. Sova's actually found a trio. Another dash. Whew. Only one though, and finally OWCX, they can flip the point back here. Bolt's coming from downtown, and Doge has a Kitsune rush to start this next fight, then a Blade to follow up as well. Terra really needs to save this rally for that Blade, save for Bash to shut it down as well. Both Freyas playing above the rooftops, just trying to find their opening. Trying to go through top, it looks like, for now, HeartChain. In comes the dive from Jacob. Pressure onto the back line. Opening pick from Pad Sander. Dive there comes through the bowler. It's over, though. Pulls the Blade. It's a trade of DPS. For Rally is up for Terra as the backline are trying to live. But Jacob is here to help. Big problem for the OWCX backline. They've been bubbled off. Heels separated. Terra will fall. And this should be HeartChain closing it out from here. Kitsune rush just to make sure. There's a late touch coming through, but they're going to have to bleed into it with no heals. Vesper dies very quickly. Klee, no primal, no hope. Deleted on the point. And HeartChain, they do get one back. OWCX confirmed as winners. Obviously, we are scrim rules here, so they're going to practice all 3 rounds. So, congratulations to the people who bet on OWCX. Predictions up for the next one. Format is very much a scrim. We're just going to be sort of running it until FACEIT starts. Replay of Milan's Blade here. Oh no, it's not actually. I thought this was for 3k Blade. This is just him getting clean up. But I think the fight before it. Those are your boys. Is Hunter's going to do Masters as well? Yeah, Hunter will be here for FACEIT. Exclamation mark master. Exclamation mark grab if you want to play match masters. That's the best path now. Alright. Obviously that was the pick of HeartChain. So normal scrim rules, you alternate picks. Delay is off, so the teams are just brain dead. I guess even without like manual delay, or like you know, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute delay, like some of the FACEIT streams will have when they're in lobby. There will just be an inherent delay because it has to go through our observer, through YouTube, then to me. So it'll be slightly out of sync. No, they start a bit later today because there's less games today. So it's only 2 games per region in FACEIT Masters. So it starts in about an hour and 13 minutes, give or take. Yeah, classic speed of light theory. Speed of light still takes some time to travel. While we were watching the action, the sound had already traveled. Might have been laggy because I had the stream open. Well, if he wants, you can just put him in voice with me if you want. If he wants to like hear it live. I don't know if that's easier or harder for him, but throwing out ideas. Circuit Royale is the choice here, and it is substitution time. And not just substitution of players, but substitution of roles, as OWCX are going to use their entire squad for this one. Milan going to be moving on to the Zen. I think really, if you were here for the community pugs, Zen was really the hero Milan initially made their burst onto the scene with. Huge performances on the Zen. Gothberg is going to come in and play the Venture. Vesper Swag, obviously in a Jesper-like situation. Keeping it on the Venture. HeartChain, potentially eyeing up a very different look of comp. It feels like both teams are pretty happy just to lean into the comps that are strong on the map here. Very traditional takes on what will be good here. Walks out is going to be BAP, Zen, Sigma, and a double hit scan-esque comp from OWCX. We'll see what CXHeartchain decide to do once they scout the comp. They've got a sim at the start, so they can get eyes on it early if they're going to mirror and play something similar. Obviously, Turlin's really very much known as a Lucio player here. So wouldn't be surprised to see CXHeartchain just even throw a few curveballs. Just play some kind of either Lucio BAP or even a Lucio Juno, something like that. Something a little bit faster and more impactful. Maybe even get Sova onto the Genji again could be reasonable. Gates are going to open. Walking out on the sim. Are they committing to it as well? Juno Ilari. Sticking to the sim, CXHeartchain leading into very much what the current meta at the top of the scene is. OWCX playing the meta from 3 years ago. Initial TP comes through, pressure onto Klee. They're forced all the way back. But Klee deletes them, so much damage onto that TP. Gothberg's going to get 2. And OWCX looking dominant here on that first fight. Red for TP, quite a predictable TP. CXHeartchain, whenever you're moving around these maps with teleporter, there's always an element of mind game the sim has to play with the enemy team. Do they expect and anticipate your TP? If they are all standing in a position which looks like they are marking your TP exit location that you really want, can you find an opposite one? Or can you just call off a TP? Can you just peek and poke your way in and exploit the fact that they're playing for the TP? They're going to go for the same TP here. Rock is baited out. They come through. Jacob's making an aggressive move. Lots of damage on this backline. Doki's going to try and give him the slip. Does avoid damage. It's actually Musli who gets the kill. Pat Sanders good for 2, swinging through main here. Letting Jacob soak up all that aggression. This one goes a lot better. Gothberg still gets a trade. Pat Sander here on the Freya needs to be careful. Now taking another duel. Bolts in the sky. Looking for that take aim bolt. Can't find the connection. Gothberg can't find the connection back either. Slowing it down. Klee's a little bit weak though. Here's the Sim Beam. The Matrix going to do nothing against that. A mistake from Klee has provided a big opening for HeartChain now. A chance to keep going forward. No tank to anchor the point, and OWCX have to be careful not to stagger here. Have to keep themselves alive. Try and get Klee back in time to contest this point, because HeartChain are ramping up the pressure, and that payload is getting very close. They need to try and make a move. Padsanger's going to swing aggressively around the trees, looking for it. Jacob's already walked away up. The cap's gone through. The bowler's out. Trade is good from beyond the grave from Padsander. Good aggression coming through with that bowler. And HeartChain are going to keep this one rolling forward. Decisive. Aggressive. Oh, where's mine? Decisive and aggressive. And HeartChain looking for the snowball. Klee has to be careful here. Last time picked off just sort of in between the fights. Vesper coming back on the Ashe now too. Trying to play an even slower, shootier comp now, OWCX. Big ult exchange coming up. HeartChain need a little bit more. It's a very early flux actually here. Gets one in the back. I don't know if they can confirm the kill. They can't, but Jacob in the front line will be taken down. Now a choice. Do HeartChain try and turn with their ultimates? Turlins has the Captive Sun if they want to go for it now. Pressure onto the Sim. Klee trying to deal with this. Full pocket coming through, but the Discord helps Klee confirm that one. Rock coming out as well. And now Klee can take this aggressive position. And this is where the OWCX comp can really come into its own. Klee can keep Anchor in that corner, spamming and harassing them, throwing rocks out, and that just allows Gothberg, Vesper, Milan all needs just sort of infinite opportunities on the rotate. HeartChain have to be clever with their TPs to avoid this. Can they find a way underneath? Can they find a way around? We saw the damage that can be done if you TP into a predictable location. This time they just go up top and they saw it coming. Same as the very first fight. The location was red. OWCX was so ready. Klee will get big rock damage, and that'll be a very easy hold there. When you play with a Symmetra, you have to trust your Symmetra. You can't let your faith waver. Trust the calls. My headphone keeps saying my battery is low, and this is a problem. Where's my backup? I need a backup then. There it is. I've got my backup headset if it dies. We can do a bit of charging in between maps. Swinging round now, Bowler attempt for Gothberg. TP is out. Captive Sun forces the Transcendence here. That's a lot of the defensive tools. Simwall still available. Sova can get that one going now. Terror Surge, Ray, and Simwall. It's an almighty combo, and Jacob's going to get free with that one. The Bob is out, but the Bob is pitiful in comparison to this huge bank of ultimates invested by HeartChain. When in doubt, press Q. Jacob with a question mark. Swaps coming through now from OWCX as well. Ilari and Ram the choices. And that was everything thrown in by everybody. Swaps as well. It's only going to be Pad Sanders Bowler. And look at this turret setup. Extra turret in play as well for Sova. So they will be getting beamed as they come through this one. Very difficult retake. Have to go in and get the touch. Pad Sander with the Bowler looking for the opportunity as they come through. Just put the pressure on. Yeah, they're not even going to go for it. They just accepted it. The door was really hard to walk through. And sometimes in life, when a door is really hard to walk through, just don't walk through it. They give a pick onto Vesper now, and HeartChain can keep this forward momentum going. Jacob's going to drop his Fortify through the choke. Keep walking forward now, trying to keep clean on the back foot. Maywall comes out as well. Sova with that swap, and they are kidnapping this Ramattra right now. Beam coming through. Clean, not enough hands to block all that damage, and HeartChain found their map type. Looking for a late kill here. Pad Sander has that top right position. OWCX swapping on to the Orisa. Again, still a few problems here against the May. Not the most straightforward matchup. Vesper Swag onto the Pharah. Will be able to challenge Pad Sander a bit for his high ground position. Pad Sander has to be careful. Check right side, Pad Sander. Check right side. We'll get poked out of that one by Vesper hitting a rocket. But HeartChain are getting very close to that big bank of ultimates again. Terror Surge, Ray, Captive Sun all coming around. You see Turlin's playing this right-hand side right now with the Freya. Looking to take this 2v1 if they want. Not too much interest with it. And they've lost Jacob in maintenance window. Just as they were coming up to their big swell of ultimates, HeartChain, they are prevented. Ash has seen enough. We'll be getting out of that as a later kill on a couple of these final HeartChain players. And HeartChain are going to have to reset with their big ultimates. Now a chance. This is important for OWCX because now they can hold forward. They can actually get an extra fight out here. So if they can force some of the big ults from HeartChain in this part of the map, away from the payload, away from the checkpoint, this will be huge value for them. They've even maybe got the Bowler, the Captive Sun, that can really make this quite expensive for HeartChain. Jacob's going to walk through now. Fortify dropped again, and OWCX are actually holding it quite soft. This allows HeartChain to get back to the corner, and now this big ult combo could be coming. Milan needs to find value with this Captive Sun. Even a kill will get it done. It's going to be all of them coming through. It's a 5-person TP to top. They all get through successfully as well. And OWCX, they have to concede more space. Gothberg looking to come underneath with a Bowler. Goes, connects it as well. Doke goes down. No chance to get that Ray off. And the barrage too. Bowler from Pad Sander won't make a difference. And a missed opportunity. HeartChain close, but not close enough to get their ults off. And another opportunity to use this big ult swing. Missed from HeartChain. 1 minute left on the clock now, and only one more chance. OWCX as well. Terror Surge, Captive Sun, and with quicker respawns for defenders, it doesn't need to be the perfect fight for OWCX. If their Terror Surge, Captive Sun gets kills, it can still be enough that their respawn advantage will just be able to get them over the line. Another TP flip. Pressure coming on. Turlins dies to that one as they come through. That's their Captive Sun. They are so low. Doke still has the Ray. They're trying to stabilize, trying to live. They've managed to stabilize for now, but look how far back this car is. They've lost Pad Sander. They're going in. The Ray comes through. They're just trying to avoid it for now. Terror Surge comes out. Chance for Jacob to play for the win here. Javelin in. Good kill onto Milan. No chance for Captive Sun. Thank you, Cran. Vesper's going to find 2 trades, though. Important trades. Terror Surge still available for Jacob as we enter the final 15 seconds. Turlins, no chance for his Captive Sun. And HeartChain, they've had all the ingredients for so long, but they just can't get them into the oven. Pad Sander really low here. Jacob has no choice but to go forward. Desperation. Terror Surge. It is not coming off. It will be a full reset. Turlins, Captive Sun out, but what can you do? Double support ult in response. Looking for a later Lari gap here, but Turlins manages to save for KD. Thank you, Cran, for the raid. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. You're just in time for OWCX versus CXHeartchain, the battle of the fans. CXHeartchain, the OGs. OWCX, the new generation, the Pug Warriors. So we are seeing who is on top. At the moment, the score is one map. It was Ilios, picked by HeartChain, but won by OWCX. Now we're going over to Circuit Royale and HeartChain. It was a pretty strong start for them, all things considered. First, very good. Second, nailed for Snowball. Problem on third point, they could never get this big bank of ultimates off. They could never execute as they want. A little bit of indecisiveness at times on third point that really cost HeartChain. HeartChain going to be sticking to a very similar comp here on the defense. In fact, identical. Hold on, I'm sort of tempted to... Never mind. Unisco is very kindly observing the game for us here, so my poor old PC can handle it. So, alright. It will say fully capped on the side of HeartChain, but we are in scrim code, so if you've not seen scrim code before, it always sort of artificially puts up to freeze so the attacking team can play their whole defense. But that 72.57 meters is actually on second point. So that's still the key place for victory for anyone who has put money on it.
3, 2, 1.
Alright. Same comp for HeartChain on the defense. OWCX going to be playing Bapsen Farron this time on the attack. Klee just starting Orisa this time. And Milan with a really early opening pick. Big result on the Zen, and now Jacob getting booped in a little bit here. Jacob's not going to be able to get out of this one either, and Milan has set him up beautifully for this. Trying to avoid any late deaths here with the TP back. HeartChain are going to regroup on the high ground and attempt to go again. Milan probing, looking for opportunities, sending out these 5 orbs. Already at 30% of that Transcendence. Carp catching up to the advanced positions now from OWCX. Freya Bolt coming back too. No major ults for a while still, so we're going to continue a slow pokey fight. In reality, HeartChain, they can win the frontline battle, but it's awkward to swing into this Pharah Zen, into this Freya. So many things that can go wrong for the sim on these swing timings here. Need Pad Sander, Tusku to do a lot. But he's going to take some initial space here, trades for cooldowns, misses the Javelin crucially though on the sim, puts pressure out, but Sova will be pocketed through all of it. But look how close the car is now. Ults start to get a little bit closer. It's it's Milan closest still. Walking forward, looking to clear it, but Klee has to be careful. Simbeam coming through, and that is the force back. Sova's going to catch a spear and is slowed down, but Gothberg wins for Freya Jewel. Lamp comes out to keep Klee alive as well, and Moosely has this window ready to go. They can force point. Jacob doesn't have enough left in the tank to stay alive. Window pocket onto the Orisa, and everything relatively clean. Milan with all the cleanup kills, and now it's OWCX's chance for the snowball. Don't have too many ults to speak of, really. They've got the Transcendence, nearly a Terror Surge. They'll be hoping to get Pad Sander out of this. If they can get Vesper into a position where he can hold that top left area, and that's normally one of the strongest positions for Pharah, but they're holding it a little bit further back now. Have to be careful versus this CXHeartchain comp, because when we have these raid, these sim walls, these are really awkward ults for the OWCX comp to deal with. Gonna swing back round, try and reclaim some of this high ground space. Pressure onto the Orisa. Just looking for opportunities, taking a few of these jewels. Bap's going to jump. Torpedo swing out as well, looking for more. Can't find any bolts onto the Freya as it slows down. Bowler is ambitious and a miss. And it's Klee who finds the kill. Pad Sander addicted to trying to find value. Now a Terror Surge traded with that Ray as well to try and keep all that. And Klee gets huge value with that. Transcendence from Milan. So as that big ult comes in, they can just stay. They can hold their ground versus the Sim Wall versus the Ray. And the Terror Surge gets so much now. HeartChain were all trying to push forward. Now, they've got a Terror Surge Captive Sun coming back. HeartChain, a powerful combo, but they've got to walk out through this horrible, horrible door. And they've got to walk into a barrage. They're going to try and TP to take a bit of space or just get back faster. Doka's going to die on the way in Terror Surge and eat on the Captive Sun as well. No combo. And it is a complete shutdown. They don't even need the barrage. I mean, they still didn't need the barrage, but they will be using the barrage to make sure the job is done. Overkill in the end, but big time bank for OWCX. 5 minutes in the clock. And now you can see yellow box of victory. Not a huge amount of space to work with. Jimmy Timmy trying to flatten Muesli. Muesli? Never sure if I'm saying it right. Meeting on the corner, Jacob is trying to go onto a bit of an Orisa counter here with the Sigma. Sim's still in play. Turlan's matching the Zen as well. So more similar in the comps. Window round the corner. Rock comes out. No Matrix for Jacob, so he's just going to die. Didn't save his Matrix for the window. Will just get punished. And now the snowball is on. These devs are really late. They're just going to claim the victory off that. They're still playing to complete the map because we're on scrim code here. So it's not done just yet. And there will be a recontest for HeartChain, but not a lot of ults to do it. Klee's about to have a Terror Surge on point. Toki has gone down really, really, really late. Milan is going to be hiding in the corner at spawn, waiting for an assassination. Vespa just tapping it in. Body block from Klee. No chance. And there won't actually be a recontest here. Late deaths. And OWCX. 2 maps in a row, back to back. It felt like HeartChain had a little bit more there. Their attack seemed quite promising. Missed opportunities on the 3rd point. But OWCX, once they got going, they were winning all those duels and dominated here. And we're in a very Goomba core situation here, where the younger the younger generation is demolishing the OGs. And you're homeless. Oh dear. Wild narrative being spun right now. New bet. Muesli here to make money on themselves. Alright, 2 in a row. Looks like we might be getting Saravasa. Eyes on the roster. HeartChain inquiring about... Oh, okay, good shout. Sorted, Panda. I actually used to coach Wilder. He never learned a thing and insisted that I can make Hog work here. His brain is empty, and unless HeartChain change direction, they will be forever hopeless. That's a true story, I think. I remember hearing that. Hold on, I've got messages. Are they good? No, it's only the it's the clean feed link for FACEIT. Okay, slight FACEIT tangent. FACEIT have just linked for clean feed for the day. Said the clean feed is up, and then the producer, it's Solomon who produces Plat Chat, if you know the guy, says now with 100% less skunk. Skunk free on the feed. That'll be for us later in about an hour's time. Wait, is it an hour's time? Wait, how does time work? I think it's in an hour's time. Oh yeah, an hour's time. I've remembered how time works. They took OJ away. I know. A quit! How are we supposed to skunk it? Yeah, but this is the thing, guys. You guys thought you needed Bull Skunk to skunk it, but the skunk was inside you all along. Alright, shout out to all the skunkers. We're moving on to Skunkavasa, as HeartChain are looking to try and reverse their fortunes. Another series of changes for OWCX, as Milan continues to be a hyperflex. This will now be success on DPS, success on support, and now Milan is going to try their success on Bull, with Klee moving on to Tracer. Evan putting the house and kids on HeartChain. People are buying into the OWCX hype. Ooh, I always get jump scared. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Can you hear it when my headset says battery low? Or is she just talking to me? All right. Just me? Okay. All right. Suravasa, Ball, Tracer, Kiri, Lucio, a comp for harassing. High activity slam comes through. Rock is good. Not too much damage onto Milan as a result, though. HeartChain are going to try and walk forward, and Clear's taken down. This is what they need to do. Slam damage avoid by Doke. Still a 1-for-1 trade. Pad Standard's going to rotate towards point. This is what HeartChain, they need to manage these threats. It's a game of whack-a-mole for them, really. Can they deal with the Ball? Can they deal with the Tracer? Can they deal with the Kiriko? All the while not going down. It's 4v4 now. Oh, but they've lost Turlins in the back. It's all on Dokit now. No peel available. They're coming through, dancing in the open, trying to get round the corner. 1 HP and Gothberg finds the kill. Pad Santa has found one during all of this, but now the pressure comes through without the heals to sustain him through this harassment. HeartChain will fall. They did get first cap, though. And I expect we see a few swaps here from HeartChain to make it a little bit easier to deal with this. Maybe a Diva or something like that. Even an Orisa. Or even a Ram. Not the worst here. Eyes on Jacobs when he comes back. Or maybe he's just going to keep going for Sigma. Alright, on the Jigma, trying to get it done. Doki's actually going to go onto the Ana now, so more chances to punish for Ball, but the Ana will need a little bit more looking after.
What's up?
Looking for the walk up here. No ults just yet. Oh, Rock actually onto the Lucio. Suzu comes out, doesn't actually hit the Lucio, but Terra Platypus has managed to get away. Milan now, backing it up. Jigma's trying to walk forward, clear this one out, but lost the back line. Going forward, can't find the Rock, can't find the Orbs, is going to get bowlered. Matrix comes out, but Jacob's a lone figure on this point. Could get staggered out as well here. They should go kill him. This Sigma can't be allowed to walk away. And Milan will get that late kill. One more attempt at the retake. It's going to be a little bit strained, though. Sova might even have to dive for the touch. Honestly, HeartChain might have to consider giving this one up. But Jacob's stagger is too much. Sova's trying to make his way in. Turlins is going to try and pocket it through. They need to touch it 1% time. Padsanger is swinging aggressively. Bowler out as well. They have triggered the overtime. Padsander will get on it too. They're going to make a go of it here. Padsander dies for it. Now trying to get onto point. Looking for a boot back. Milan's going to drop the mines. But HeartChain, they've rotated forward. They might be okay. Turlins nearly has the rally. 2% to go. 1% to the flux. Tracer's 1 HP. They can nearly go for it. They're so low. They need the rally. Turlins pops it 1 HP. The flux comes out. Oh, he whiffs it. He whiffs it. Goes for the Rock, hits the Rock though, but Lucio's low. They can't confirm the kill, and it's slipping through the HeartChain fingers now. Kitsune rushes, probably too much. It's just brig, and my headphone has officially died. Hold on. Wait, it says power off, but it's still working. She's lying to me. I'm just getting gaslit in my ears by this lady. She's telling me low power, power off, but I can still hear everything. What a bunch of nonsense. All right. Jacob now making the swap after a whiff. Sorry, I just had to get my, don't believe the voices. Yeah, they don't, the voices aren't on your side, guys. It's the voice. My headphones are fully charged. It's just the voice. And it's plugged in, no? I know, but they were telling me it was low, so I felt like it was going to go off. Because it's like the audio cable plugged in, so I wasn't sure. I would have hoped it would get power, but why tell me it was low? Anyway, I'll log back in, because, oh, poor bloody HeartChain. They've been reset again. A Winston and a Cass swap now. Looking for their opportunity. But OWCX, they have a lot of tools for this next dive. Beat to be play aggressively, and oh, Gothberg, just a pick for nothing. Walking up. Now they're slamming in, looking for more. Gonna keep going forward. Pressure onto the Cass here. Doesn't have enough peel, though. Turlin's taking a lot, and they just can't handle the dives right now. Milan all over it. Will get cleansed out of that one into the Mega. Terra Platypus has been traded here, and Jacob's going to get involved again, but might well regret that one. 1 HP, gets out. Maybe he is Korean after all, but Turlin's 100% not Korean after all. My Winston jumps out, but my Brig jumps in, and HeartChain all at sea right now. The game sound got quieter. That's weird. Why would that happen? It's called trading aggression. All right, beat available and mines for OWCX. Nano comes in. It's a Nano Blade for Sova. Looking for it. Terra Platypus will get the beat off, though. Everyone will be safe. They've lost the backline. Gothberg won't be safe, but everyone else is safe. Terra Platypus going to run away from that Genji now, regroup with their team. Eyes onto Sova. Low HP. Can't get the touch anyway. And Jacob is going to be hunted down here. Jumps into the mines for a quicker reset. 2 in a row for OWCX. Is Death fair? All right, let me finish this round and we can look into it. Coming back now, HeartChain, they have the rally. They no longer have the rally as Turtles has been slammed and one-bopped. And this Anna Brig backline is getting taken for a ride here frequently. The slams are causing them all sorts of problems. HeartChain can never get into a meaningful position to actually allow Pad Sander to move around, have impact on the game. Jacob's having to spend a lot of this back jumping. Wilder on the verge of tears. But a rally, a primal, they've got the ults to play in this one here. Even with the Kitsune Rush, they've got more to throw into it, HeartChain. They just need to survive some of these walk-ups. Sova, low HP, dink from across the map onto Pad Sander. Jacob's going to jump in here. Eyes come through. Pulse Bomb connects onto Turtles. This rally is still not available. Oh no, the Kitsune Rush. None of the ults come out. The backline remains fragile. And again, HeartChain, they have a lot of these ultimates. But they can't seem to get in a position to use them. Similar story to Circuit Royale. Rally, primal available. Jimmy Timmy claiming a coach gap. Okay, guys, HeartChain, they need your energy. They need your boosts. We need this Turtles rally to keep everyone up. We need this primal to find kills. Mines come through, rally comes out, lots of pressure onto Doke, the sleep is good, dancing in all of the mines, avoiding everything, Doke finds a kill as well, Doke getting it all done, takes a couple with her, 3v3, and Jacob's found one on point, High Noon now as well, forcing that Tracer out, Ball's going to come through, take a little chunk there, bubble in, but HeartChain, the boosts are working. They've cleared them off point, they've got themselves that foothold, and Jacob didn't actually have to use the primal for that, so OWCX still behind on ultimates. Don't boost for voices in my head. Oh, Sova! Bit of a gap there. TP in as well, so an awkward situation from Muesli. They've slept the ball in the backline as well, and the boosts, they're working. They can feel the crowd's energy, and they're feeding off it right now. Trying to clear Sova out now, but the primal is in the back. Lucio is all caught up. Jacob getting it done. Another little boop in, stays alive. Another reset. Well handled by Jacob, but they have the Nano for this next dive as well. And we found the most Korean player on the server. Eyes on this Nano. Sova again trying to keep this ball in check as Gothberg looks to rotate in, but they have to be wary of this Nano engage. Eyes on the ball. Turlins is marking that as well. They lose Pad Sander early. They need this Nano to go off. Turlins under a lot of pressure. Waiting for their Nano turn to come through. Sleep goes out. Lucio's really low in front of them. Banano comes through onto the Winston. What can they find? Pressure onto the backline. Turlins will fall. Jacob needs kills, though. Musi has got one. They are all so low. Pressure onto Doke. Defensive nade. Oh, it goes off. Jacob finds a trade off it, though, actually, but he's too low. And HeartChain, they can't hold on. They're going to try and go for it, but it is just a cast versus 3. Gonna get the touch. Pad Sander throwing his body on the line. Sova can't get it. And that'll be OWCX. Getting enough to get him overboard, but it is scrim rules, so we're going to play out all the points so you get equal practice on all the points. And now HeartChain going for a more robust backline. Kiri Brig, we saw this in Korea, and the question must be asked. Was it Crazy Raccoon who stole this off HeartChain, or did HeartChain learn it off Crazy Raccoon? I know where my money is. Early slam on the rotation, and Pad Sander's sort of been hung out to dry a little bit here. They've actually gone Juno Brig in the end, so maybe it was Crazy Raccoon who came up with it first. Klee with some easy cleanup there, 4 in a row. Jacob has got 2 kills, but it's not going to be enough to turn the fight. First cap over to OWCX, and they've got double support ult mines for this next rotation as well. Difficult fight for HeartChain. They've gotten Kiri Lucio, the most durable of the backlines. Can TP away from a lot of this aggression. They're going to try and clear Milan out first. Suzu's actually been forced as well. Doke's going to be sent backwards there. Has to TP as well, but now these mines will be extra dangerous. TP aggressively coming through from Muesli. Mines to separate for Winston. Defensive bubble drop. Nisojin has been separated. Slide back towards the team. Jacob's trying to trade this ball. Milan will get some shields and get out of there. There's still support ops if OWCX need it. They're trying to hold on to him, but Jacob nearly has his Primal. The beat comes through now. Primal is ready to go, and Kitsune rush. Layered support ops here. Mistake from OWCX, but they do get 2 kills out of it, so it might be okay, yeah. Lucio's low, actually. Can't find the right click. One more jump. Can't finish it. And Jacob gonna take himself off the map out of respect. They're playing for the retake here. Sova will die too. Might even... gonna have to rush for touch a little bit. It is actually Jacob and Sova who die latest. They have the Primal for it though, and even though OWCX won that fight, it was made expensive for him. Eyes on the touch now. Can they make their way through it? Is Turlens trying to run the gauntlet? The slide on, though. Turlens was just the decoy. They group up on the point. Turlens will die for it. Winston with Primal coming back soon, but they've lost their support. Jacob has to have the most ambition in the world to go for this Primal. He's going to get booped off a point. He's going to play it sensibly. He's going to hold. He's going to hold it for the next point. 4 in a row now for OWCX. But HeartChain get into their support ult. Support ult combo here. Kitsune rush first. Primal as well. And the nature of this type of matchup is it's always going to be a little bit messy, you know? When HeartChain try and walk forward, there'll be a lot of pressure on their backline here. They just need to make sure it's costly. They need to kill Lucio to live as long as they can. Kitsune Rush will obviously help with that. You see this early pressure coming through from Milan. Thank you, AA Deal 451. Thank you for the 8 months tier 1. No chance to use any of the ultimates though, and it's starting to become an all too familiar tale for HeartChain. They once again, they're going to need the crowd behind them. They're going to need the boosts. Sova with a late death, but now coming back with a 5-stack HeartChain. An opportunity, a chance. Milan will have the mines, can maybe force one of these out early. OWCX are not too far behind on a support ult charge as well. The longer it goes, the better it is for OWCX. HeartChain need to get into position and use this. It's a bowler and a mines out at the choke, and they can't use any of the ults again. Turlens will die. It just has to be a full reset. And OWCX, Jacob might actually try and just play his life here. He's trying to bait him onto him. The Kira codes come up. Jacob trying to emote his way out of trouble. But he's going to get staggered. Wait, no! He's allowed to live! Mercy for the monkey. And Jacob can regroup with his team. Will OWCX, will they pay for their hubris? Jumping in now, pressure onto the backline. Beat comes through. Overclock is good. Pad Sander takes Gothberg out of the air immediately. Kitsune rush in response is really not getting too much done from Muesli. They do lose Sova. They're just trying to force the point instead right now. Pad Sander needs to get some rail charge before having an impact. Boot comes through. Pad Sander slides back. Tracer in the face. They can get that kill. Jacob's traded 1 kill. Still has the Primal Rage. And they, most importantly, have control of the point now. Turden's coming through to peel for that. Pulse bomb wide from Klee. And OWCX, they have to cut their losses. They have to regroup. Beat advantage now for Terra Platypus, but Doke has that Kitsune rush to mirror it, and we have this Jacob Primal ready to go too. Jacob's proven already he's got at least some Korean DNA in him. The slam from Milan gets nothing as Turlen moves to support his Tracer on the flank. Pressure coming in. Jacob's going to be forced to pop for Primal. Lucio is locked up in the room. No escape. Terra Platypus taken down. No chance to use that beat. TP has been forced out. Eyes on the Freya as well. Eyes, well, some eyes on the Freya. Eventually, more eyes will reconnect with the Freya and will be taken care of. They have lost control of the point now, but player advantage. But Milan's traded it back, and HeartChain is getting messy, and they want it to. Beat coming through from Terra Platypus. They think it's winnable. Jacob's going to die, and somehow, someway, OWCX have found a way back onto this. 99% on final trade from Pad Sander, but it's not going to be enough. Blinking in is Sova, close to a pulse bomb, but not close enough. Turlens will fall. Sova versus the world. A recall, a pulse bomb. It's out. Suzu to make sure no one dies to it. And that will be it going through. 5 in a row, and OWCX continue their hot streak. Big. Look at that. 55-1 for Milan. 55-1. Who had, did anyone have Milan in fantasy? All right, 3 in a row for OWCX. The flexibility. You got Preds? Yeah, I can take over Preds from here. I definitely won't forget. So for Gavin in YouTube chat and anyone else who was wondering if you're just getting here, this is it's a scrim slash, we're sort of treating it as a show match between the two CX fan teams. CXHeartchain, who are the real OGs, and OWCX, who are the new generation. Generation X, they're calling them. I'm the first person to come up with that. Hopefully Triple H is not in Twitch chat. I think he's not. I think he doesn't normally watch until NA times. Kings Row, the next map, a classic. Fix continues to believe in Heartchain. Is there an Unter team? Yes, the Undesirables. I think I'm saying it right. The Undesirables are Unter's fan team. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Play of Suki. Suki's got the emote. Hi, it's me, Triple H. I was hoping you weren't watching. I'm sorry. I will pay you for the copyright to Generation X. Keep betting on Heartchain till your last breath. Come on, guys. That time we boosted them on point B of Saravasa, there was life, there was hope. We got to keep believing in the OGs. Yeah, they do play in FACEIT. I do a bad job keeping up with it because I'm a bad owner, but they fight hard. Also, the OWCX team I think really sort of came together a lot of playing in the FACEIT pugs on like the FACEIT ladder, which I think is not a thing anymore, but that's where they came together. Alrighty. Alright. Kings Row. Heartchain. The people want it to happen. The 9% of believers want it to happen. They need a way back. A chance in. We're going to get a substitution on the side of OWCX as well as Arthur. Mod Arthur comes in. I will be in charge of the Preds as Arthur is going to be in charge of the Skates. Klee back onto tank. Milan rotating again. This time onto Baptiste. Terra Platypus also making a move. This time onto the Genji. Mostly also OWCX trying to really stretch their flexibility. CXHeartchain though, dedicated roles. OWCX going to be on the defense. They're very much sticking to this comp. It is a bit of a twist on what we've seen a lot in OWCS and FACEIT recently, where it will be Lucio, Bap, and Orisa, but Genji and Tracer, and a change? Wait, are they talking him? Are they talking him into a Reinhardt mirror? They might be talking him into a Reinhardt mirror. Clear's come out. Will Jacob honor it? Or will Jacob just play Orisa? Sova on the Widow looking for it. Oh, Milan's going to peek, but Sova doesn't find the connect. Jacob has no shame playing into the Orisa, into the Reinhardt now. The early Javelin as well forces a lamp up. A lamp's actually good from Milan, but it's not enough to save Arthur's life. And Arthur's debut, or stream debut I should, televised debut, isn't off to a great start, but Milan is still roaming around. Good lamp into a trade kill. Jacob getting on point. Fortify and Javelin go wide. Cleed's coming back in. Low HP actually, but they're finding kills off the back of this. The pin comes in. And Jacob is forced into the respawn queue. Reset now for Heartchain. Looking for a late kill into spawn. Deflect on the take aim bolt. Oh, Terra Platypus is styling on him here. Unbelievable. They can get it done, and now it's a Rhine Genji Tracer, so this is going to play like Terra Platypus with the question marks. No respect, but Milan's had a Lamp Force early. CXHeartchain can take a swing on this. Milan does nearly have the window, so they have to be careful, but there's an opportunity. They're trying to turn on the Reinhardt. Jacob keeps going, but it's Jacob who's taking more damage. Clear's blocking the heals. Difficulty for Jacob here, and Clear's just body blocked it. We needed more from Heartchain there. Could Padsander take a more aggressive swing? Could Sova get more involved there? They need to sort of beat up Bahrain a little bit first. Weaken the shield. Force them into these difficult positions. Look at Milan now. All eyes on Big Millers. Hiding with the window. Will Heartchain do their diligence? Will they realise there's no Baptiste? We're about to realise soon when there's Baptiste is. Window on the high ground goes for it. The shatter! It's huge! The old shatter and flanking window and Heartchain. They weren't ready for what's behind them. They weren't ready for what's in front of them. The window takes a bit of attention, and as soon as they turn, the big slam comes in. And that is clean. Sova has gone Bastion. We are looking at some Boston Uprising Overwatch League Season 6 playoffs, but they've lost Padsander early. Here is the Bastion swing. Deflect in front there to buy some time for the Reinhardt, but no shield left. Blade over the top from Terra Platypus to stop this aggression. Good for 2. A beat over it as well. Going into spawn, but Terra Platypus, king of the door, will finish that one off. Come back to deal with Jacob 2. 2.5 minutes gone from the time already. But that was expensive. It was a beat and a blade thrown into that, so OWCX are dry. Rally available, Ray available, and a bowler if they get into that. OWCX might go for something explosive and early here, but they're just in fairly default positions, holding the corner. Bowler over the top now, looking for it. Doesn't find anything. They keep walking forward. Ray available for Doke. They're trying to disengage it back up into the corner. They are so low. Arthur's going to get traded, but the pulse bomb is perfect. Turlan's dying with Rally. Unfortunately, many such cases. Now OWCX, they're trying to come back with the window, but that window is not where Milan wants it to be at all. Or was it? He's using it for his Reinhardt. I don't know. Generous there, and Sova's actually going to clean up 2 on point. Milan's going to get back on the high ground. Look for some of these trades. Turlan's with the whip shot. Has for Rally if they need it. Padsander's going to peek it, but supports are peeking it as well. They overwhelm Milan. Arthur's not going to be able to get the touch. Adds to the deaths here. And Heartchain, they have some hope. They have some chance. No one saw that window? Oh, don't tell him, don't tell him, don't tell him. I was trying to be so generous in my commentary. But there's only so many excuses. Klee going over to the Doomfist now. Thinks they're Cardifan. Block's going to get cancelled. Klee taking a decent amount of damage here. Kept on the back foot, and Heartchain can keep the payload rolling for now. OWCX have gone for quite a few changes, so it's a Tracer Sombra Doom Bap Lucio. Little boop in, and oh, nice boop in actually, has dislodged it as well. Big punch comes through from Klee, but booped further in. No escape there. The lamp can't get him out. Well played by Jacob actually there. Getting the better of the tank, but Milan always good for a trade it seems. Boop in now onto Arthur, just trying to stay and harass. Hack coming through as well, playing for the health pack. Jacob's going to regroup with the team. Turlan's going to get booped in. Where are we going, Turlan's? Turlan's going to pop the rally just to make sure they live. Turlan's always a little bit excited once he gets into the front line. Can't resist going, but the bash is good to finish off Muesli. And they will be able to keep rolling this one forward. Terra Surge and Bowler combo to finish it here for Heartchain. By finish it, I mean capture second. TP onto the high ground as well, making use of all of it. Going to be a very difficult retake. Arthur really needs this beat. They do have a bit of time before the cart gets into the perilous zone where they have to contest. If I'm Heartchain though, I'm looking to go over this combo as soon as I can. Pin out onto the high ground. We'll just be booped back down, so Jacob will maintain that high ground for now. Klee walking forward. They can use a window to take some space, but there's the bowler. Terra Surge, but no, doesn't get a chance to Terra Surge. A pulse bomb and a window at the same time, and all of a sudden, in the blink of the eye, Heartchain, they die. They had the ults to finish it, but they don't manage to get it off. And now, all of a sudden, Heartchain, they might have this Terra Surge, they might even have a Ray to back it up, but an EMP, a beat. And there's ults to deal with it now. Ults to answer from OWCX. And they are holding close to get more time off the clock as well. And Heartchain, 50 seconds is not a lot of time. Milan's holding onto this high ground as well. Making the walk up awkward. There's someone behind him as well. They turn onto that as for Sombra. Low HP behind is Terra Platypus. Doesn't quite have it. Trying to play for health back. Clear's walked forward. Terra Platypus is in there. Lamp to make sure no one gets traded. And Jacob's been isolated. And OWCX get away with that one. Don't even have to use any ults for that. And honestly, we're getting pretty close to an EMP slam here. Late death for Padsander. An EMP shatter. I don't know if there's an answer. Heartchain need all the energy. Terra Platypus going to cloak up. Klee trying to farm the last bit of this. Sombra comes in, finds Terra Platypus actually. Will manage to TP back out towards the choke. Swinging through, now going for it. Shatter comes out, EMP! I don't think they got Sova, actually. They got 2. Now do it. The Ray comes through. Or the Ray tries to come through. Jacob has got themselves onto point. They've killed Arthur as well. The Ray did go through, but the Juno dies in it. Def onto point. Arthur does go down with the beat, but it doesn't matter. And OWCX with a very strong hold. Well, the FACEIT drops have started as well. Good on you, Kruzzy. Milan calling out the no honor. They want the Reinhardt mirror. 20-minute countdown on the clean feed. What do you mean? Countdown to what? To the actual games? On the FACEIT? Oh, okay. And that's fine. That'll be 20 minutes to the actual, to the, like, till they go to casters. So we should still have 10 minutes. Yeah. That's, I believe that'll be the case. You don't know where to... Oh, wait. I've got a message. Is it a good message? That's just pictures of rainbows. Yes, it is a good message. Oh, my parents are seeing Tim Minchin. They get about. Anyway, Overwatch. King's Row, Reinhardt again. Heartchain will not take the mirror. They will be playing the Orisa Bastion on the defense. Top left start for Doke. Trying to play in this position. Immediate blink there from Muesli. We'll try and force them out. The rest of OWCX are coming. And not just cleared out, but Arthur's found the kill. Disaster start for Heartchain. Main source of healing gone. Klee's going to lose a lot of their shield coming through. They're trying to catch this Lucio too. Turns is going to run to that. Jacob's going to try and save him. They've actually found a good kill. And it's a brawl in the back rooms here of the hotel. Sofa's going to find a trade as they come around the corner. They can maybe play retake here if they can keep some of the decent positions. Get someone maybe coming through top left. Milan's moving over there now. Wants to try and duel anyone taking that position. There is a Freya up there. Milan considering pushing it, but a take-aim bolt in the face will force Milan back. 2 ticks gone. Doesn't look like they're going for it. No, they are. Pantander's going to go for the touch. Comes flying in here. Desperate position. Buys time for Jacob to take over the point touch, but it costs him one of their lives. Sova comes through with the swing. Turlan's awfully low. Will get taken down by Terra Platypus. Lamp now for Milan, just for himself more than anyone else. Jacob onto the point, but he is surrounded. Pocket coming through from the high ground, but last little bit blocked out by Klee. And OWCX will get it over the line. Usually hiding in the corner. Trying to surprise the Freya here, but not really in a position. Coming back with a bowler is Pad Sander, and they need a lot of stuff to start going their way. Music's going to set up top left. Klee is set up top right. Potentially an early hit for them as well. Bowler comes out just onto the shield, so Klee will absorb that one. Milan's going to pocket everyone out and dash backwards, and Arthur's found the trade onto Pad Sander. Had to lamp for this, but more than happy with that one. Now Jacob's going to try and slow it down. Regroup. No more ults to throw into it, but Klee is on the hunt. Nearly has the shatter. No fortify. Pulse bomb in the back. Just pulse for tank. Easy kill onto the Orisa, and now they're looking for the rest of it. They need to die on point. Sova is stranded in an alleyway. Takes them down. And it is going to be a rush touch. Oh, it's going to be a really late death. Doki's getting staggered out here. And now OWCX, 4 ults to finish it. Jimmy Timmy insists it's a Coach Canyon. Going to try and play for the touch here before it goes through. Window early, though. Going to go all the way through. That Turners makes it through. Jacob doesn't quite have the Terra Surge. Won't get to it in time. And the overclock from Terra is clean. 2 in a row. Bastion will be going down as well. Can you make it a clean 4? This is for standing still, Kiriko. But did for hard work. Did for hard work. That's going to be second point capped. We're going to play out the map as well. It is a scrim, so we're going to practice the whole attack. Coming around the corner now, Klee has a shatter, Arthur has the beat. CXHeartchain have been charging these support ups quite slowly, so they still need a little bit longer as Jacob's going to try and get on the point. Has to burn both cooldowns for this, but Klee's also low on shield. Terror Surge to pull him back in. Arthur's going to die for that one as well. Really happy with that. It was a Kitsune Rush Terror Surge, so it is expensive, but 2 kills, a chance to stabilize. Yes, it is a Rhine meta. It is, yes. It's actually HeartChain playing the off-meta comp. Klee has this shatter ready to go. Turland does have the beat to answer it. Eyes on Klee now. Bastion in front. Fire strike into that. Just trying to force it back. Low on shield now. Klee's getting pushed into the corner. Still have to be conscious of the shatter. The Fortify has been used. Bastion bombs coming out. Low HP. Goes for the pin in. Doesn't find a connect. Beat comes out from Turland. Arthur's used his as well. Shatter still available for Klee in all of this. Waiting for the opening. Muesli with the pulse bomb on the back line. Combines with Milan for that one. Now Shatter comes out. Doesn't find all that much, actually, but the Tracer in the back is doing so much. How is this Bastion not dead? Finally, Arthur can finish the kill. Klee will clean up one on point. Trades are good, though, for HeartChain. There's still a chance to come back into this one. Turlens needs to try and play life at this point. Muesli is looking for it. Retake coming out. Milan's about to have a window. Muesli has a pulse. Good ults for forcing the point. Turlens is going to come rotating out now. Ryan Mirror has been taken by Jacob. Pin comes in, but it's booped by Klee. Doesn't find all of that. The Bastion swing comes in. Pulse bomb connects. Sova will get pocketed through it for now, but Muesli still finds the kill. Ryan battle on point. Window over the top. The Ryan swap's not made a difference. And Muesli and Milan, they clean everything up. And OWCX, they make it 4. Maybe it's time to stop blaming the coach and look at the manager. Ah, yes. Yes. What's the format? So it's a scrim between the two teams. They're both in FACEIT in some form, but in the lower divisions. They're all fans of me, I guess. Sounds a little bit, what's the word? Self-indulgent to say. Alright. HeartChain on the back of 4 maps down. OWCX could throw over the whole economy. Alright, looks like Runa Sapi is up next. We got about 20 minutes until FACEIT starts. So we'll see how we go for time. Might be a sort of one and done type situation. Maybe this is the last one. I think they're going to play 6 maps. But we'll see how we're doing for time. We'll see how we're doing for time. We can maybe squeeze in an extra one if we are so lucky. It's all about me. Everything comes back to me. That's what the voices in my head have been telling me. Also, now my battery is low. Is it possible the voices in my head didn't mean the battery in my headphones, but my personal battery?
Need to sign me as coach.
Thank you, Harris, for the 15 months. Our people will talk to your people. Are you out again, Arthur? Yeah, out again. Win your map. Die immediately in the first fight. No complaints. Do I put every single point I own on HeartChain? Yeah. I mean, you can't... Eventually, you'll win. All losing streaks come to an end. Can I ask if either team would be willing to become the official YouTube chat team? Wait, that's a great... We've already got HeartChain, the OGs, OWCX, the new generation. Maybe we need a Twitch team and a YouTube team as well. Can we mod Jimmy Timmy? I'm going to go with no. Give me their credentials. I mean, obviously we've seen a bit of a coaching masterclass come in here. I mean, you always know, you can always really tell when a coach is in a position to win. You see the immediate flatten come out, and then obviously OWCX already on the front foot after that flatten. HeartChain going to have to unflatten themselves, both in-game and out, as they try and turn this one around. Kiri, Lucio, Winston is for choice. It's Anna Brig for OWCX. Not the most common we see on Rudasapi, but a sleep and a nade is going to force Jacob to play slow. Cleanse comes through and he keeps going. Jump gets a lot of damage. Genji in there as well. Cleave is good. 2 in a row. That's backline down. Muesli is taking the payload, but it's just an extended death. Milan is playing this super long angle. Surely people will stop peeking him. Maybe have another look, Turlens. Oh my god, Doke's going to have a look. Everyone taking turns to look at this Widow, and everyone seems to have confirmed the Widow is indeed a Widowmaker. A bolt now from Pad Sander will force Milan a little bit further back. HeartChain should take advantage of this space. Try and get close. Close that distance on the Widow. Don't give Milan opportunities. Force back by Jacob. Good early positioning. Need to keep tabs on this Widow. We see Doke playing a very aggressive angle. Booped out. Sova is there as well. They've actually all come this side to deal with that. TP away from Doke. Suzu out as well. Now, doesn't have another TP. Doke's going to try and play there live. Backs it up. Jacob's taking a lot. Is naded as well. They're going to try and regroup. Doke's TP is a little bit out of the open. Needs help here. Gothberg, though, no mercy. Dives onto that one with the punish. Jacob's taking a lot of damage. They're flooding in for kills. Turlens all over it. Jacob's actually found one. Still positive numbers. And, Jacob is so low, so Muesli should be good for the cleanup here. Little bag. Winston gap. Muesli is insisting. Someone bet 25k on HeartChain. A true believer. And that's all HeartChain need. They just need more belief. In many ways, it's a Santa Claus situation. Powered by the people's belief in them. Jacob's going to come through early. Jump onto this. Walls come out from Milan. The point is being flipped. More pressure onto the backline here. Sova's in a lot of trouble. Decent amount of cleave. They do actually get 2 kills off this. Now onto the Widow, but Milan takes down Turlens. All over this Widow now is Jacob. Milan is trying to run. Oh no! My ankles! My Winston has no ankles left. Doke can still finish the kill, thankfully, as Jacob is going to go into intensive care to have his ankles surgically rebuilt. Nano comes through onto this sleeper Winston. Jacob has the primal though if he chooses to use it, but no, doesn't enter into the chaos, and this Nano, the sleeper Nano from Gothberg will turn it around. Muesli is in so much trouble, doesn't have the primal here, and it's well, like many times when we see a Winston mirror, it's the Winstons who make the mistakes that provide for problems for their team. A Kitsune rush on point from Doke to help win this 4v4. Winston will be back quicker here for HeartChain. Rally comes out from Klee to try and turn it, but they've lost Terra Platypus here. Klee can't do much with this rally. Goes in for a bash, but no connect as well. It's just a die on point. Hoping for a trade if they can, but no such luck. And HeartChain actually with a pretty good ult advantage now from this next fight. Both Winstons have primal. Milan's going to die late. And this could be it. This could be HeartChain's opportunity. They've got a lead already. They're going to get checkpoint for free here. And then they've got a chance to extend it even further. Choices for how they want to take this fight. Klee's going to make their way onto the Lucio. Milan onto the Tracer. Could mean Gothberg is really more vulnerable than anything. Blade comes through early. Eyes on the Lucio. Klee is going to get taken down. The Blade is good from Sova. 2 in a row. Jacob's in with the primal. We are keeping up the pressure, trying to get this Genji. Jacob will finish the job eventually. 2 ults very early in spawn, but they are just going to get meters out of this. This is actually how Yubi says you should play push. Just keep, once you get the checkpoint, just keep pushing. Meters on the board, spend ults, get a lead. Now coming back, Muesli with a primal of their own. Eyes on the back line, looking for this Freya into the sky. Will get the primal going, lands on it. Now looking for the Lucio, juggle in, and Turlens being thrown back in. But Turlens over the head! Not enough to get away. And it will be a primal cleanup, but 88 meters on the board here for HeartChain. Where's Jacob? Wait, Jacob's killed. Look at Jacob's HP, a sliver of HP. Gothberg dead in the back. Jacob will die to Milan who comes back, but that trade is so painful for OWCX. They're taking the payload back to middle. Terra Platypus is hiding early with a blade, but Gothberg is going to be nowhere near this now. Terra Platypus looking to get into the back. Early pressure. Doke's awfully low already. Jump on. Klee's going to die on the way in. They might need ults to turn this one. They do find a trade. Terra Platypus can't quite find it. Misses for dash as well, and Terra Platypus has missed for setup. Jacob's going to get on and involved now. Going to be a trade of DPS. Nano comes through onto Muesli. Beat over the top from Turlands. Eyes on Gothberg. Limited peel available. Jacob all over this one. Milan is just trying to pump out damage, but not enough. Jacob will get the kill. Pulse bomb lobbed out from Milan, but won't land on anything. Another bubble from Jacob for HeartChain to try and stabilize round. And I think they can. There's more pressure onto the Lucio, though. Turlands can't get away. And OWCX, they're just going to sort of brawl it out. The trades are good for him in the end. But in these messy fights, they actually favour HeartChain. It's going to stop OWCX getting the same amount of advantage, same number of meters on the board as they normally would. And OWCX are trying to battle in. 4 minutes still on the clock, so plenty to play for. Terra Platypus still has his blade coming back. Turlands no beat to answer it. Clean he has for beat as well. That could be the combo OWCX are waiting for. Kitsune Rush comes out. Jacob is sleeping. They come round the corner. Terra Platypus, blade in hand, looking for the opportunity. Gothberg dies. Klee dies. No chance to use that. Terra Platypus does find one trade. But the Kitsune Rush comes out from Doke, and suddenly HeartChain seems to have just taken a faster approach. A higher tempo in a couple of these situations. And it's paying dividends for them. OWCX still have this powerful combo. Milan hiding, trying to catch someone, but Turlands and Sova, responsible, will escort each other back. And now Jacob nearly has Primal, Sova has this. Milan still pressure behind, it's a beat blade in the front, on the run, looking for this one. Will find the connect, Terra Platypus, only onto one, dashes over to the Genji. Now Sova though, half HP, wants the gap, Jacob's there with him, they get the kill. Sova is still low, will get traded back. Jacob has the Primal, Winston is low, he's going to confirm the kill. How ambitious is Jacob feeling today? There's a pulse bomb on the floor, the Lucio is so low. Turlands driving in for the kill, but Jacob, a fan of the economy, he will hold on to this Primal. Knew even if he'd won the fight from there, it wouldn't have been worth that much. So holds for Primal for the next fight. It's going to be Primal versus Primal. Coming round. Oh, Milan's just got that one out of nothing. Disaster starter here. HeartChain can still... Oh, can they keep it messy? There's a choice now if Jacob wants to just play for trades. They're diving in onto the Genji. Turlands is all over that. But I think they might just play. Might just play again just to preserve the ultimate here. Jacob can't go. And they get crushed at the choke. Gonna be a late kill. Wait, Jacob's killed Klee. How have they allowed this to happen? OWCX sloppy. Jacob's gonna jump back to point to force for death, force for reset. They still should be able to get checkpoint for free off of this, but the trade onto Klee means HeartChain will be back at 5 slightly quicker, and Turlands is getting much closer to this beat than Klee as well. Primal in hand for both Winstons. Jacob's been holding on to this one for a while, hasn't had the opportunity to use it. Pad Sander trying to get in this early pressure onto the Winston. Half HP already from Muesli, actually. Spots for Genji on the left now as well. Half HP. Good early damage now. Primal's going to get invested. Muesli diving onto the back line, looking for something, but it's Jacob who's found more. He's not even popped for Primal yet. Doke forced a TP forward, and Muesli can chase down that kill. Now looking for more. Pressure onto the Lucio. Turlands just have the beat. Milan's found a kill too. Turlands can't get his beat off. Jacob has found a trade onto Klee again. Now, just the two of them alive. Sova dancing around. Good trade onto the Winston. And again, Jacob, the world's most patient monkey. And the world's most patient scientist will hold on to this Primal. As the time is getting bled off, the distance has been narrowed, but HeartChain, this is as close as they have gotten to victory. Milan will be going Genji. Terra Platypus, Torb, emergency swaps from OWCX. No, Tracer. Tracer instead of a Torb. It's going to be a Kitsune Rush coming out from Gothberg. Beat from Turlands. Only catches free. Jacob is kind of just far away. The team is behind. The team is dying. But Jacob is on the payload. Pad Sander, what an important trade. Goes down. Klee just before beat as well. Jacob's getting stalled out on the point. But they might just die. Turlands is grouped up. Turlands and Jacob versus the world. Running for these low HP. Is there a TP available with Suzu as well? Turlands will die on the point. Jacob's going to come die on the point now as well. Looking for this Kiriko. Awfully low. Has to reload. And the TP. Bloody Kiriko. But wait, Jacob doesn't... still gets it. Poor Gothberg. No help. No help. And OWCX with a crucial trade to make this next fight ugly. Klee has the beat. Jacob still has this Primal. We are holding this Primal. We've been holding it all game for this moment. 20 seconds left on the clock. HeartChain are on the breach. They try to play early. Pressure now onto the Winston. Klee's going to drop the beat. Only a 3-person beat. Jacob still has for Primal. Sova's taking a lot of pressure. Thank you, Hoverforce95, for the sub. Jacob pops for Primal. We've been waiting for this. We need trades, Jacob. We need kills. Bad Santa finds one. That's for Winston down. Pressure onto the backline. Here comes Jacob, the bodyguard. Forces Klee all the way back onto the backline. Gothberg is low. They see 9 and HeartChain do it. It took about 5 minutes, but HeartChain have made it happen. They battled all the way back. Jacob with the play of the game. The Primal that was worth waiting for. Oh, look at that. Huge jump pack damage. And there we go. All right. Wait, hold on. Let me go talk to the teams, because I think I don't have time now. Ooh. Let me go to...
Spoken to who?
Hello, HeartChain.
Hello.
I think... So I think you guys might still play more. It's FACEIT time.
I think
Oh, is it?
my dog died. I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to do another map?
Connection's going. No, I can, but I just don't. I think my voice comes. I think the
yeah,
server's just going a bit for about 5 minutes.
I can actually hear you properly. Yeah.
It's kind of good news, though. You guys finished in the last game a win. For all we know now, because we're going to swap to FACEIT, for all we know, you're about to reverse sweepness.
I mean, it's already 4-1 now, 6 maps.
Just keep playing until you're in the lead again.
Yeah, one more. Yeah.
The issue is we were off rolling. We were off rolling the whole time.
I'm a me one trick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually playing my left hand with my mouse. I swapped.
You got diagnosed
Yeah.
with brain cancer yesterday?
Yeah.
I've had like 2 hours of sleep last night.
Yeah.
No, we can't give actual excuse. We can't actually tell the truth. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're a lie. I think my nan was in hospital. Yeah.
All right, good amount of coke, guys. But no, I appreciate you guys
Yeah.
playing. I think everyone had fun.
No, I hope. I'm sure they loved our despair. As long as the Twitch chat was happy with us getting our as long as they was happy with us getting our shit pushed in, then that's good. I just wanted the hassle of people. That's what I came here for. And if I leave,
you're getting boost, mate. They were believers.
Yeah, me and Kellen, we're practically the same. We're both Korean.
If you think about it, the last map that we played, we won. So that means that currently, right now, we're the better team.
Yeah,
you guys are the most informed
last
team.
map takes all. I did say last map takes all. Like, school round football balls. School round football balls.
Last goal wins.
Winner takes all. Yeah, last goal wins. Yeah. I'm sure I told them as well. They knew.
I'm sure, yeah, of course. All right, I'm going to talk to the other team quickly, but thank you everyone for playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bro.
Hello, OWCX.
Okay.
I think I don't know if you guys are probably still going to play more, but it's FACEIT time, so I'm dipping. So I just wanted to stop in and say thank you for playing, and obviously congratulations for your dominant win.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Aye. Close.
Yeah.
A shame about the last map, but eventually found the losing combination.
Yeah.
Well,
We overall hard enough.
All right, guys, take care. Thanks again, and I'm sure I'll see you around.
Thanks for streaming.
Yeah.
GG's. Thanks for
GG's.
the call.
Ooh. All right. Let me grab a drink. Let me get everything together. I imagine Unter will be here soon as well. We could get in for the FACEIT action too. I'll leave this up in the background until we're there. I need to get the clean feed sorted out too. So yeah, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna grab a drink and then we can look. Maybe should I grab some food? Yeah, thank you everyone for playing. Congratulations to OWCX. Commiserations to HeartChain. But hopefully everyone enjoyed our little bit of warm-up before FACEIT. And now we can get on with the last day of playoffs. EMEA up first. We'll talk about it a little bit more when I'm back, okay? So let me show you some ads. I really want to show you these ads, but let me show you some ads while I get this drink. Oh. I'm here. All right. Hold on, let me. I'll leave this up for a sec while I figure out the clean feed. I feel like I've not. Let me message the big man. Let me get this FACEIT clean feed on the go. Oh, that's made it ugly. There we go. Ooh. All right, let me lock in. Have I got everything? That mods have sorted threads. Thank you. Let's and we are. It's Team Vision versus Dreamlight first, right? Team Vision versus Dreamlight for the stream title. That. Oh, the YouTube team is trying to assemble itself. We're getting confirmation of the Vision roster. Hold on. I'll change you guys over in a sec. Let me just sort out